survive, and survival rates for adults have increased significantly. But until everyone survives leukemia, we need your help. The Leukemia Society of America, we're closing in on a killer.
And now your host, Lee Lindsay.
Thank you. Thank you. And good afternoon. Welcome to Channel 5's Mastermind. Our salute to the academic achievements of our Valley High Schools. Today's competitors in this quarterfinal match are Harlingen High School and Ed Calchelsa High School. Before we begin, sure, give them a hand. They're both good. They've both won twice, so they deserve a good hand. Before we begin, let's introduce our judges from Pan American University. Charles Prather from the History Department and Andy Estrada from the Chemistry Department. Gentlemen, welcome. And on my right, from Ed Calchelsa, the teacher coordinator, Salvador Garza, and the scorekeeper, Tana Lawrence. And now, introduce yourselves. Students from Ed Calchelsa.
My name is David Hernandez, and I'm a senior at Ed Calchelsa.
My name is Manuel Lopez, and I too am a senior at Calchelsa.
My name is Francisco Gonzalez, and I'm a junior at Calchelsa.
Got a junior in there. Ed Calchelsa, the Yellow Jackets. And now, on my left, Harlingen High School, teacher coordinator, Mrs. Ann Morris, and the scorekeeper, John Hurst. Welcome. And now the students from the Cardinals.
My name is Andy Miller, and I'm a junior from Harlingen High School.
My name's Fred Benson. I'm a senior at Harlingen High School.
My name's Ed Kinetic, and I'm a senior at Harlingen High School.
That's the Cardinals in red. Thank you all. Now, before we begin, let's explain the rules. The questions have been obtained from an academic professional service, and they consist of a variety of subjects, including history, science, literature, current events, and mathematics. Each question may be answered by any of the contestants, the first buzzer given the first opportunity. Now, if the answer is incorrect, then the competing school has the opportunity to answer. No buzzer necessary. All correct answers worth 10 points. Now, joint effort is only allowed on math questions. The second round is the grab bag, and that'll consist of 1 minute of questions on a chosen subject. The correct answer is receiving 5 points. And should there be a question of accuracy, the decision of our judges is final. The winning school will advance to the next round of competition, and that will be the semi-final round. So the competition gets tough at this stage. Are you ready, students? All male, by the way, as you notice. First question of the game, hands on the buzzers. What state has more counties than any other state?
Texas.
Ed Calchelsa. Texas is correct, Frank. Give them points. Let me recognize you individually before you do answer, please. Next question. The U.S. Navy currently has 12 operating naval groups. Name any 4 of the 5 main types of ships that form. Harlingen, Ed Wayne.
Aircraft carriers, battleships, nuclear submarines.
Slow down, Ed Wayne. Start over again, as a matter of fact.
Aircraft carriers, destroyers, nuclear subs, and battleships.
No. Can you take it to Calchelsa?
Okay. Frigates, battleships, aircraft carriers, correction, nuclear submarines, and destroyers.
That's correct. Cruiser's the other one. Destroyer was the key to it. Next question. A certain type of soft solder is known as half and half. It is made from equal weights of tin and lead. For electrical work, another element is usually added so as to impart a low melting point. Harlingen, Fred.
Silver?
No. Repeat for Ed Calchelsa. A certain type of soft solder is known as half and half. It's made of equal weights of tin and lead. For electrical work, another element is usually added so as to impart a low melting point. What is it?
Copper.
No. Antimony or antimony. No points. Next question, it is math. The par value of a bond is $80, and it pays 4% interest annually. If a buyer wants an annual return of 6% on his money, what is the amount he should pay for the bond? Ed Calchelsa, Frank.
$120.
No. Can you take it, Harlingen, quickly?
$78.20.
No. 53.33. No points. Next question. Hands on the buzzer. In which galaxy is our solar system located? Ed Calcielsa, David.
The Milky Way?
That's correct. Milky Way. Next question. Next question. The record for the longest field goal in NFL history is held by what player? Ed Calcielsa, Frank.
Darrell Premium.
No. Can you take it, Harlingen?
Tom Dempsey.
That's correct. 63 yards. Point. The nationally syndicated column Heloise is directed to what subject? Etiquette, economics, household hints? Harlingen, Andy.
Household hints.
That's correct. Household hints. The famous whirlpool of violent currents near the western coast of Norway is known as what? Ed Calcielsa, David.
Maelstrom?
That's correct. Maelstrom. Good, David. The most famous artist from Columbus, Ohio, was the man who painted Stag at Sharkey's, a boxing scene. Who was he? Harlingen, Ed Wing.
Andy Warhol.
No. Ed Calcielsa. George Bellows. No points. Math. What is the square root of 1/9? Harlingen, Ed Wing.
1/3.
That's correct. Next question. Who were Frank Morgan, Jack Haley, Bert Lauer, and Ray Bolger? Harlingen, Andy.
They were all in Wizard of Oz.
That's correct.
All right.
Next question. The removal of tonsils is called a tonsillectomy.
Oh.
Was that accidentally? No. Okay, can you take it? Ed Calcielsa.
Appendectomy?
No, can
Could you
you
repeat the question?
repeat the question for Harlingen? The removal of tonsils is called tonsillectomy. The removal of appendix is called appendectomy. What household word means the removal of a growth from the top of the head?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Lobotomy? I don't know.
It's going to kill you.
Lance.
No, a haircut. Okay, next question. Next question. Define and spell acquiesce. Harlingen, Ed Wing.
It's to give into is the definition. The spelling is ACQUIESCE.
Was that acceptable, judges? Good. Points. Math question. Robots outnumber humans 10-1 on a spaceship. If there are 80 robots, how many robots in... It counts also Frank.
8.
No. Repeat for Harlingen. Robots outnumber humans 10-1 on a spaceship. If there are 80 robots, how many robots and humans are there on the ship?
88.
That's correct. Point. Among the artists who rendered this common theme were Salvador Dali, Tiepolo Tintoretto, and Leonardo da Vinci. Identify the subject. It got self quickly.
Last Supper.
That's correct. Last Supper. Points.
All right.
All right. We ended the first round. That's a good game we got going, and it's a close score. Harlingen has 60, and Ed Calcielsa has 50. Let's take just a pause here for just a moment. Fred, you got something to say about the Harlingen High School Cardinals?
We from Harlingen High School are proud to represent the most well-rounded school in the Valley. Our school bridges the gap between academics and athletics. Our academic strength is evidenced by the fact that we are one of only 2 school districts in the state of Texas to offer an international baccalaureate program. Our athletic strength is evidenced by our continued advancement into the state playoffs in football, basketball, track, swimming, and tennis. We would like to take this opportunity to thank our #1 fan, Miss Mary Patty Butters.
All right. Is Mary here, by the way? All right. All right, we'll be back with the grab bag round right after this. Stay with us. Pardon me?
I'm Phil Graham, United States Senator from Texas. Last year in our state, 1,000 people were killed. 27,000 people were injured because people drank and then went out driving their car. These aren't abstract numbers. These are our friends and neighbors and kinfolks, people that we care about and people that we love. That tragedy's got to end. And that's why I've joined KRGV in urging you not to drive if you've been drinking.
The big news is Honduras. Our National Guard is there at a time of political unrest, so it's even more important to you, and Eyewitness News is there live. Eyewitness News reporter Corey Warren and photographer Roel Robles will be right in the thick of things with our National Guard. Despite assurances of safety, there is the potential for danger. We'll bring you the Guard's reaction, a first-hand report on Honduras as the news is happening. We're Eyewitness News, where the news comes first.
And now, back to Masterminds and your host, Lee Lindsay.
Thank you. Welcome back to Masterminds. Today, we're enjoying competition between Harlingen High School and Ed Calchelsa High School. And students, this is the grab bag round, where each team has 1 minute to answer as many questions as possible. Now, Ed Calchelsa is trailing just slightly at this point, so they have the first choice on the subjects to choose from. And you have chosen tourist attractions. Now, remember, you have 1 minute to answer as many questions as possible. You may consult before you answer. If you don't know the answer, just say pass, and I'll go on to the next question. Each correct answer receives 5 points. Any questions? You ready? Go. Name the state in which these attractions are located. Kennedy Space Center and Disney World.
Florida.
Correct. Stone Mountain and Okefenokee Refuge.
Georgia.
Georgia's correct. French Quarter and Cajun Country.
Louisiana.
Correct. Garden of the Gods and Aspen.
Colorado.
Colorado's correct. Lincoln Home and Alder Planetarium.
Illinois.
That's correct. Walt Whitman House and Edison Historic Site.
Pennsylvania.
No. New Jersey, no points. Fort Sumner and Hilton Head Resort.
North Carolina.
I heard New Jersey first, no points. Mount Vernon and restored Williamsburg.
Virginia.
Virginia's correct. The house where Jesse James was killed and Mark Twain caved.
Arizona.
No. Missouri, no points. Crater Lake National Park and Bonneville Dam.
Oregon.
Oregon is correct. Good. All right. Give them a hand. And Harley Jr., you have picked for your subject character. Character. Understand the rules?
Yeah.
Okay. Character. Get ready. Set. Go. He shot an arrow at an apple placed on his... William Tell is correct. He won an archery contest by splitting the shaft of an arrow.
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood is correct. His aunt gave him the task of whitewashing a fence.
Tom Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer is correct. He was surprised when he saw a man's naked footprint on the beach.
Robinson Crusoe.
That's correct. They made a brew composed of eye of newt and toe of frog.
The witches in Macbeth.
That's correct. Witches in Macbeth. He said, I wear the chain I forged in life.
That's Jacob Marley.
Marley's Ghost, correct. Don Quixote chose her as the lady of his devotion.
Pass.
Dulcina, no points. He loaned money on the condition that if not repaid by a certain date, he could take a pound of flesh.
Shylock.
Shylock is correct. She was the last of Bluebeard's wives.
Pass.
Fatima, no points. She was Hiawatha's bride.
Minnehaha.
That's correct. Points. Isn't that fun? All right. Ran the grab bag round. Goes just like that. We'll check the score. Harlingen has 100 points. Ed Calchelsa has 85. So we've got a good game going. Let's pause, and now it is Ed Calchelsa's time to talk about their school. Manuel.
Ed Calchelsa High School, with an enrollment of over 1,150, is a hub of education in the Delta area. Ed Calchelsa boasts one of the better UIL teams in the Valley, having taken the district's 16th 4A UIL sweepstakes trophy for the last 2 years. The new Ed Calchelsa High School campus, which was begun last year, will be opening the doors in the early spring. We, the members of the Ed Calchelsa High School Masterminds team, are proud to extend the Yellow Jacket tradition into the academic field.
Thanks. All righty, we'll come down to the wire in the final round, which we will start in just 1 minute. Stay with us.
High technology has made yesterday's dreams a reality. When I was in school, I dreamed of contributing to America's space program. If you're in school, start thinking now about the contributions you want to make. Your parents, teachers, and counselors can offer advice and encouragement. Today's world needs people with more skills and more education. Stay in school and make your dreams come true.
You just haven't been watching if you don't know Ernie and his old buddy Vern.
Vern, 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 Vern.
Of course you do, and we know lots of you'd like to get to know Ernie better. Well, you can, just by joining Ernie's very own fan club. You'll get all kinds of stuff, a picture, a Know What I Mean newsletter, and much more. We've got the applications at the station.
That's Channel 5, where the news comes first.
So stop by and get yours today.
Know what I mean?
And now, back to Masterminds and your host, Lee Lindsay.
Thank you. Welcome back. This final round, we're enjoying competition between Harlingen High School and Ed Count-Chelsea High School. Let's get right to it, students. Hands on the buzzers. First question, are you ready? What do economists call an association of independent business firms who agree, Ed Count-Chelsea Frank?
A cartel?
Cartel is correct. In what state are these national monuments? Aztec Ruins, Bandelier, Capelin Mountain, El Morro, Fort Union, Fossil Butte, Gila Cliff Dwellings, Harlingen, Fred.
New Mexico.
New Mexico is correct. Next question. Mathematics. Math. In mathematics, an identity element is that which does not change the element on which it operates. Ed Count-Chelsea Frank.
Both sides of the equation are equal.
No, repeat for Harlingen. In mathematics, an identity element is that which does not change the element on which it operates. What is the identity element for multiplication?
1.
1 is correct. Next question. Two important characters in the New Testament were buried in rock sepulchres or caves, then were raised from the dead. Name either. Ed Count-Chelsea David.
Lazarus.
That's correct. Or Jesus. Either one. On Easter morning, what was the problem facing the women as they approached? Harlingen, Andy.
Removing the rock from the tomb.
Acceptable. How to roll the stone away. That's correct. Math question. Math. Take the number of muses in Greek mythology. Multiply by the number of feet in a fathom. Take the product and subtract it from the famous number of Pennsylvania Avenue. Harlingen, Fred.
1,580.
No, do y'all know it, Jeff?
1,546.
Come again?
1,546.
That's correct.
There's more muses in that.
Next question.
12.
International expositions were held in Chicago in 1893 and in 1933 and 34. A third one will be held there in 1990. Harlingen, Andy.
World Fair.
No. Repeat for Ed Count-Chelsea. International expositions were held in Chicago in 1893 and 1833-34. A third one will be held there in 1992. Chicago will actually be one of two cities that will hold a joint universal exposition. The other is Seville, Spain. What event will be celebrated at that time? Can we repeat? Yeah, we can. The repeating the year in 1992.
The passing of Haley's Comet?
No. The 500th anniversary of Columbus's sailing from Spain and landing in America. Okay, we've got 4 questions here. Listen carefully. We're going to take a buzzer on each one. All these answers contain a color. The foam on a wave is called what? Harlingen, Andy.
The white. The crest.
No. Can you take it, Ed Count-Chelsea?
Red.
No. White cap. Okay, 3 more questions. Listen carefully. This is the second one. A train porter is called what? Harlingen, Andy.
Black hat.
What?
Black hat.
No. Can you take it, Ed Count-Chelsea?
The blue cap.
No, a red cap. Third question. Listen carefully. A novice is called what? Harlingen, Fred.
A greenhorn.
Greenhorn is...
No.
we got to throw that one out. I said it ahead of myself. It is greenhorn, the correct answer. We'll throw that one out. You did not answer it correctly, no points. All these, the fourth question, listen carefully. This is a scenic spot in Capri. Blue Grotto is the correct answer. Okay, next question. Listen carefully. Math. If 10 buses are needed to transport 75 people, how many buses will it take to transport 45 people? The Calchelsea, Frank.
2.
No. Can you take it, Harley?
6.
6 is correct. Listen carefully. What do these 5 women have in common? Nellie T. Ross of Wyoming, Miriam A. Ferguson of Texas, Lurleen Wallace of
They were women
Calchelsea,
governors.
Frank.
Women governors. They were governors.
That's correct. Governors. Points. Let me give you the floor before you answer, please, on the next one. Next question. This is, these are 4 questions. Buzzer on each one. 4 questions about the United States. What was the first state admitted to the Union? Harlingen, Andy.
Delaware.
No. Repeat before it counts. What was the first state admitted to the Union on the Pacific coast?
California.
That's correct. Points. Next question. What was the first state to be admitted to the Union from the original 13 states? Harlingen, Andy.
Delaware.
No. Can you take it?
Because it should have been after.
Okay, we'll skip it. We'll throw that one out. Next question. Which was the first state to be admitted to the Union from the old Northwest Territory? The Calchelsea.
Missouri.
No. Can you take it, Harlingen?
Ohio.
Ohio is correct. Points on that one. Next question, and the last of that series. What was the first state admitted to the Union west of the Mississippi? Harlingen, Ed Wayne.
Texas.
No. Can you take it, Ed Calchelsea?
Oklahoma.
No. Missouri is the correct answer. Next question is math. What is the interest on a $800 loan at 3% annually for 2 years? Harlingen, Ed Wayne.
$48.
48 is correct. Next question. He was an innovator in philosophy, one of the creators of mathematical physics, the inventor of analytical geometry, and in the Calchelsea, David.
Euclid?
No. Repeat for Harlingen. He was an innovator in philosophy, one of the creators of mathematical physics, the inventor of analytical geometry, and an important figure in the histories of optics and physiology. Who was he?
Leonardo da Vinci?
No. René Descartes. Next question. Which of Venus's sons fell in love with Harlingen, Andy?
Cupid.
No. Repeat for Ed Calchelsea. Which of Venus's sons fell in love with which great beauty who rivaled Venus's beauty? Cupid and Psyche. The correct answer. Sometimes you have to wait a little bit. Let me finish the question. Next question. President Reagan had trouble getting Kenneth Ottoman confirmed as Arms Control Chief. Lyndon Johnson also had problems getting his friend Abe Fortas confirmed for what position? The Calchelsea, Frank.
Justice of the Supreme Court. Justice of the Supreme Court.
Judges?
No.
No. Can you take it, Harley?
Secretary of State?
No. Chief Justice. The judges have to have that in there. Next question. No point. Reference books is the subject of your next 4 questions. In which dictionary did the following definition of pension occur? Quote, in England is generally understood to mean pay given to a state hireling for treason to his country, unquote. Harlingen, Ed Wayne.
Webster's?
No. Calchelsea, can you take it?
Oxford.
No. Samuel Johnson. Next question. What famous reference book got into itself after only 19 years? The Calchelsea, Frank.
The Encyclopedia.
No. Can you take it, Harlingen?
Dictionary?
No. Guinness Book of Records. In 1974, its sales reached a record 23 million. Third question. What famous reference book was first issued by a society of gentlemen in Scotland between 1768 and 1771? Harlingen, Ed Wayne.
A thesaurus?
No. And Calchelsea.
Dictionary.
No. Encyclopedia Britannica. Fourth part. Listen carefully. What famous reference book originated in a suggestion by the Dean of Westminster in 1857, was dedicated to Queen Victoria in 1897, and was completed in 1928 when the first 2 copies were presented to King George V and President Coolidge? Harlingen, Ed Wing.
The Bible.
No. Ed Calcio.
Oxford Dictionary.
Judges say, okay,
Yes.
Oxford English Dictionary. Acceptable. Math question. Which of the following is a composite number? 3, 14, 17, or 37? Harlingen, Ed Wing.
14.
14 is correct. Next question. What is the point system used for scoring in horseshoe pitching? Harlingen, Fred.
You get 3 for a ringer and 1 if you're within a certain distance from the stake.
No. Can you take it quickly, Ed Calcio?
3 for a ringer and 1 if it hits and misses.
No, don't think so. 3 points for a ringer, 2 points for a leaner, 1 point for a close, and that's the end of the game. Let's check the score. Harlingen has 170, Ed Calcio has 145. Harlingen is our champion. Give them a big hand. Of course, Harlingen will advance to the next round, the semi-final round of competition. Both teams have played well, haven't they? And we congratulate all of you. We're pleased with your participation in Mastermind. Both schools should be proud of their efforts. Remember, every school will receive a check from Channel 5 to replenish the libraries in the area of their choice. Our special thanks to Andy Estrada and Charles Prazer from Pan American University, giving up their time today for Mastermind, and their assistance is gratefully acknowledged. Next week, that is the end. That's the last game of the quarterfinals. The next game will begin the semifinals, and of course, they have to draw by lot to pick who is matched up with who. Meanwhile, our thanks to all of you out there for joining us. I'm Lee Lindsay, saying see you next week on Channel 5's Mastermind. Good afternoon.